Hello. Today I would like to talk about spiritual direction and the various archetypes, how to uncover the various archetypes to help us understand our subconscious labels. There are 6, 7 popular archetypes which we follow subconsciously in our daily lives. These popular archetypes are vampire, angel, provider, mother, survivor, beggar, and caregiver. These archetypes can be uncovered with the help of spirit guides and spirit animals. Mostly, uh, there are subconscious patterns which we follow based on the profession or career we choose, or the pattern or the programming we are following as part of our belief system. Now, suppose a person who works as a caregiver, he would unconsciously follow the attribute of a archetype of a caregiver, whereas a person who is working as a teacher could still have an archetype of that of an artist. An artist is an example of an archetype, like the other archetypes I've mentioned. There are dark and light attributes of these archetypes. Like an artist archetype would always try to paint paintings whenever he feel the lack of money or something which he needs, and always try to give others, instead of focusing on his own wishes and needs, because he feels lack of that. So there are these are the dark attributes of an archetype. Now if you take the vampire archetype, a vampire would always try to suck energy from others. That is a particular archetype. A beggar archetype is something. If you take the light attributes of it, even Lord Buddha was, or Lord Jesus, they were all doing the archetype in the light way, because whenever we feel the need or want of something, we could ask the help of someone else. But the light attribute is often mistaken for the dark aspect of it, because normally people with beggar archetypes, they will go and ask for money and spend on addictions like alcohol or something which it will harm them. Likewise, there are archetypes of a survivor. See, why I am talking about all this is spirit animals will help you find out our archetypes. There is an example of that that I am trying to say. Suppose you came to meet a group of dogs, out of which one had a severe uh, fracture on his leg, and it required the help of the people who are standing there in order for the dog to walk. Then suddenly, what will happen is people will forget the subconscious labels and come and follow to provide some help to the dog that is injured. So that is the time when we actually come out of our subconscious labels and try to act in the archetype of a caregiver or a provider to the puppy or the dog that met up with an accident. That is how these spirit animals can throw light on us to follow a particular spiritual direction in our spiritual journey. There is another example of someone seeing a snake suddenly and turning into the house in a survivor archetype mode. What happens is the snake will immediately put some fear into his mind so that he fight go inside for his survival. In order to calm the reptilian brain, we should try to understand why we are doing that. We go inside the house immediately to get rescued from the snake, but then instantly what we are following is your karma or your archetype of a survivor that is saved in your DNA, and you try to enact those actions which you would have started enacting in several lifetimes or years of that of a survivor. There are people who can stand in front of a snake and I mean without having to go inside go running inside the house. They can simply face the snake calmly and even try to make the snake a pet animal of them. So what I'm trying to explain is there are certain archetypes which we doesn't know, uh, that can be uh, shown to us by these spirit animals at certain point in our lives. There are people who would have felt an attraction towards horses or other pet animals like rabbits, dogs, cats. They will help you show your correct archetype. Like suppose you have an angel archetype, you might come across people who wants your help, and you would follow in an empathic path of helping them always. That is an example of an angelic archetype. There are other archetypes like provider or a mother archetype, which there are shadow aspects of that attribute too, in a way that you will start overgiving to others in such a way that you will only end up giving to others and not getting anything back in return. That is a shadow aspect of that provider archetype. Because in a life of unconditional love, we need to proceed without any expectations from others in order to clear all the shadows and move forward in the path that is shown to us by our spirit guides and ancestors. We should try to eliminate these negative shadow patterns from whatever archetypes we have from the past. These are more than subconscious labels, because subconscious labels are something that the programming of the belief system and the television or the ancestral pattern produced to your memory. Like I have told you an example of an artist who have a shadow attribute of always painting, giving painting to others so that he'll be able to fulfill his needs. So there are certain people who will always try to cover their lack by doing the work, so that they'll feel that if they do the work, they'll be getting uh, their abundance, or they'll be able to fulfill their needs just if they focus on what they are doing. That is also a shadow attribute of an archetype. Now, while I say about archetypes, what I'm trying to mean is archetypes are more than subconscious labels. What we are trying to do is we can eliminate these shadow and negative patterns that has uh, that has been formed in our etheric blueprint because of the subconscious programming. And this programming can be done to remove the subconscious labels. But archetypes are more than subconscious labels. And to uncover those archetypes of yours, you can, in fact, get the help and guidance of spirit animals at certain point in life, because nowadays we are all in lockdown, and for the past 7 to 8 months we people are more uncovering truth about themselves and following in a path of spiritual direction to find more about their own selves. So in such a situation, we can always get the help of animal spirits to help us unlock our archetypes and follow the light attribute of the archetype in order to come out of it. Now, an artist archetype is not a bad archetype, like a vampire archetype. An artist archetype has a light attribute of focusing on creativity, which is good. But he should come out of the shadow attribute of that artist archetype, which is about overgiving to others. The same way, a provider archetype has a problem of nurturing our others too much, like a mother archetype. That is also not a healthy thing to do, especially when it comes to a relationship, because we start expecting, we start having the habit of expecting something from others, and that is not a healthy thing to follow, because we should try to live without expectations from others, which is the best life possible by us. Now, even angelic attributes, archetypes, uh, angel archetype is an excellent archetype which shows empathy and compassion to others and to help others. If we uncover that we have an angelic archetype, we can, in fact, use the light aspects of the archetype to help us steer in a good direction. Now, these animal spirits will sometimes point us to certain gifts that we have in the past. Like, it happened to me at a certain point that I had come across a group of dogs, out of which one started coming close to me, and he felt uh, very calm sitting next to me. And then I started getting inquisitive about it, and it helped me uncover that I had a past of being an animal healer, which I started uncovering more when I found these healing skills I had from my past life. Then I started uh, following my shamanic path of learning Reiki, aromatherapy, quantum healing, then various methods in shamanic healing itself. That is how I shifted into crystal healing, then remote healing with proxy stones, and also now uh, uh, using a divination tool of crystal oversouls. I can channel from your subconscious mind as to what your past life purpose is, your life purpose is, and what are your gifts. This can be uh, intuitively channeled directly from your spirit body. But to uncover all these healing skills and past life gifts I had, these animal spirits help me initiate my journey. That's what I'm saying. So always, whatever guidance you get from animal spirits, that will help you uncover about your true self, in your life journey, and to know more about your life purpose and your true gifts with which we can help others. If we have a certain talent with us more than what we do for a profession or for a career, then the ultimate fulfillment you get by uncovering the truth about yourself and using your gifts to help others to and to become a better version of yourself.